So, emotional regulation strategies. There are thousands of them. What matters most, and the message this video is here to convey, is that you just really need to have one in play right now. If you are a parent who is attempting to experience more peace in parenthood, to experience more peace and joy in general, first of all, you are worthy of doing so. Second of all, it is very, very, very possible for you to experience 90% more peace and joy than whatever you're experiencing right now, and to experience that every day, regardless of how many little children you have running around you, regardless of if you're also a parent and in school, or a parent in school and an entrepreneur, or you have a job, you're in school and you're a parent, or if you're a single parent. None of that stuff is stopping you from experiencing tons of peace, tons of joy, tons of laughter. There is no stopping your destiny. And your destiny is unconditional love and unconditional, ridiculous peace and bliss. So you don't need 55,000 methods that will help you regulate. You just need to be willing to commit to one. And as time progresses, you'll either be led on the path to new methods that resonate with you even more, and then, oh, that method really excites me, I really want to try that one instead, and then you'll commit to that one. Or in the midst of the peace and joy you're experiencing more of, because you're committed to just one self-regulation, emotional regulation method or process, you might wake up in the morning or even throughout your day have a download, have an idea of a method of your own that's unique to you, that you've never really heard anyone else talk about before. And then you'll be like, oh, that one excites me. Then you'll shift to that one. But you're constantly growing, constantly learning, constantly expanding. So your methods and your practices will grow and expand as well. The key is, are you committed to even just one method that will help you emotionally regulate and self-regulate throughout the day? Because all we have is the present moment, and you can only kind of use just one in any moment anyways. So don't think you need to have a whole book full of methods. Don't let wanting to parent consciously, intentionally, and peacefully, and to break cycles, don't let make the path convoluted. Don't let it make the path more complex. Simplicity is key. Breaking cycles and experiencing more peace in parenthood, although in certain circles and certain places you may hear things that make it seem like it's extremely complex. It doesn't have to be. Remember, we only have this moment, okay? So really what you just need is to have an intention, to know what you want. What's the type of relationship you want to have with yourself and your child? And commit. What is one thing up to this moment that has helped you to center yourself, to ground yourself, and to regulate, that you don't have to go spend millions of dollars on, that you don't have to go outside for, that you have access to right here, right now, wherever you are? So I've been on this path, on this journey since 2012, okay? And I had my child in 2015. I'm gonna give you a few of the methods that have helped me early on in the journey. One is just putting my hand on my heart when I felt triggered. Even the slightest trigger, I put my hand on my heart. I don't care who's around. I would just put my hand on my heart, and I would just become aware of the natural rhythm of my breath, okay? I would just bring my attention to the natural rhythm of my breath. 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 30 seconds of that, and you've already elevated in vibration. You've already allowed yourself to accept what's happening in the moment and allow a lot of that intense energy that you felt when you were triggered to be released. Much less if you do it for 90 seconds, game changer, okay? But it's not about doing it just on a Monday or just 2 times on a Thursday. Committing to it until you find another practice that feels even more resonant to you. Another one, as many of you know, I have a few of you who are actually putting in the comments, accountability comments, where you're sharing with me the impact and the effect of the one I'm about to share right now, which is really powerful and really, really cool. I would walk an obstacle course within my house when I would feel triggered about anything, finances, life, parenthood, whatever it is. I would walk an obstacle course within my house to help me get more skilled at transmuting all that energy, right? You feel that intense surge of energy when you're triggered, and it's all this energy, and most of us have been programmed and conditioned by family or society to project that energy onto our children, onto others, to just spew it out onto others instead of actually healing, sitting with it, allowing it, accepting it, letting it be released. So one of the ways that really helped me to get more skilled at that early on was to walk a course throughout my house when I felt triggered. It would help me redirect my focus to walking, to being, to just accepting and allowing. Focusing on one step, one foot in front of the other, and you just feel grateful. It's like you can't hit your kid, you can't scream at your kid, you can't flip out when you're focusing, you're redirecting all that. You can't do all the stuff you usually do when you are committed to a practice that shifts your energy, and you literally are shifting your focus, right? And then you handle the situation. After about a lap or two of doing that, you're gonna be able to handle, you might even still be a little upset, but you're gonna handle the situation or speak to your child or handle whatever you need to handle that triggered you before from a higher level of consciousness, from a higher level of emotional intelligence than you would have had you not walked the course and redirected your energy, shifted your focus, okay? So I have like millions more, but those are just 2 that I want to share that a lot of my clients and a lot of the parents I've been blessed to communicate with over the years have also seen success with, many of which are still doing them now years later. Anytime you just bring your attention to the natural rhythm of your breath and watch that natural inhaler exhale, okay, that will also help to regulate you. The methods and the processes don't need to be super difficult. Also, keep in mind your intention, right? What's your intention? War or peace? Okay, hatred or peace? Keep in mind, are you choosing war or peace? Which do you want? That coupled with one of those methods I shared is a game changer. Remind yourself that you are here for peace and love. You are not here for war. The more of us that remind ourselves of that throughout within our homes, the more you start to see that reflected on a bigger scale in the world. We have got to stop expecting there to not be war in the world when in our little homes we are at war with those that we love. Okay? Be the example of what you want to see in the world. Regulate as a lifestyle, not as a parenting hack.